What's going on, guys? Follow CQ here.
Cassandra Lee, and together we are the Power Couple.
Welcome to the Power Couple Show.
The Power Couple Show, babe.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Every day.
Every day.
Monday through Friday.
8:30 a.m. Eastern. I said it right.
He said it right. 8:30 a.m. Eastern, guys. Monday through Friday. We are so excited to have you here because this is the Power Couple Show.
This is the Power Couple Show, man.
We just want to welcome our entire audience, right? Our audience from YouTube, Vimeo, thepowercoupleshow.com, and on Podomatic, Podcast, iTunes, and SoundCloud, man. Today's topic this morning, what is it, baby?
The number one reason why guys ain't having sex with their wife.
Man,
right?
I love that picture.
And it's not what you think. It's not what you think.
I love that picture.
Or maybe it is what you think.
That picture's awesome. That was on our wedding day.
Yeah. Wow,
about
man.
2.5 years ago.
Man, we get so old so fast.
So old, so fast. Yesterday was my birthday, baby.
I know, man. That was so awesome.
I know. I'm excited.
Ready to go out this weekend?
Are you taking me out for real?
Of course, man.
You are?
Yeah,
You're surprising me?
Maybe. I don't know.
Does he get brownie points for that? What do you guys think? We shall see.
Right.
We shall see.
So, guys, man, I'm really pumped up, man. I'm excited. So why is it that a lot of, obviously, I'm super attracted to my wife. I love her to death, right? I think she has a gorgeous body. She has a gorgeous face. But most importantly, she's just an awesome person in the inside, right?
And he's okay.
No,
I'm just kidding.
No, but if you look at a lot of statistics and what's happening, normally what happens is that a lot of marriages, like the pinnacle of the relationship is the marriage. And
and it shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be, right?
A lot of people do. Can we just talk about that before we actually go forward?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I think that this is such a big deal because a lot of people, it's like how long have y'all been dating? 5 years, 7 years, 4 years.
Man, they don't even say it with excitement.
And then I'm like, when y'all getting married? Soon, we have to, and it's like almost as if the dating life is all leading up to the one day of marriage. It's like, that's the pinnacle. We should be dating to lead up to getting married.
Hell no.
No.
Why?
Getting married is the base of the relationship.
Man, yeah.
It's the foundation.
Man, it's when you start running.
That's when your relationship actually begins.
Yeah, so some of them have been in kindergarten. They've been repeating that grade for a while now.
Yeah.
Right? Don't you think?
It's like,
when are you going to grow? It's like you're this big old kid in kindergarten.
It's like almost as if they think that their life is up to graduation. Like, I need to live my life up to graduation.
Yeah.
And after up to graduation, it ends. No,
on.
Graduation is the beginning of your real adulthood life. It's like the beginning of your life. You know what I'm saying?
No, that makes a lot of sense.
It's the same thing with your marriage, man. That's not the pinnacle of your relationship.
Dude, how often do we, every time we see an older couple, right, we always ask them how long they've been married, right? Why is that? Do we just because, why do we do that?
Well, honestly, here's one of the reasons why I like to do it, is because I like to hear their response. Like, if it's like a really big number, I'm like, man, I can't wait to say that. It's, to me, it's like a role model, like an example,
Yes.
And it's exciting.
It is exciting.
And the other reason why I ask is because it's like, man, y'all should be married. Y'all should be married. You know what I'm saying? And I want to get that inspiration and that flow, man. I want to hear their story. Everyone has a story. There's always insight. When we got to Cancun, remember, as soon as we got there, we met an older couple.
Yeah, we did meet an older couple.
How long were they married for?
Like 52 years.
52 years,
it was a long
bro.
time, man.
Long time. And
they
had a 50-year-old child. They had a 48 and a 42. They had kids. They had grandkids. And I was like, damn, man, 52 freaking years. I can't wait to say that. That's beautiful.
That is beautiful.
And then she just began to pour insight, just like.
She's like, man,
she's
like, never go angry.
Never go to bed angry.
Never go to sleep angry. This is your best friend.
Be your best friends, communicate.
Yeah, communication, right?
I was like, man, that's why I love asking, how long have you been married? Because I know there's always
how long have you been married for?
Some type of potent juice that comes out of it. And we get it for free, we don't got to pay for it. So.
Yeah. Exactly. It's like, it's freaking awesome, right?
It is.
And normally, a lot of the things that we normally hear, why relationships or marriages always break up, is actually 3 things, right?
Yep.
We've heard this from your father. We've heard this from
Anthony Williams.
We've heard this from a lot of people who actually understand and cherish relationships, right?
Yeah.
So I think the insight they've given us, which I think it would be super important, would be awesome for you guys to hear these 3 things,
Man, look
right?
at how many people are here already.
Come on.
No, you know why they're here?
Come on.
Sex.
Why? Because we're talking about sex?
The title was catchy. Y'all came on and you're like, ooh, they're going to talk about sex. I can't wait to hear
Why
this.
my husband not having sex with me? Right?
Yeah. Look at that. All of you are here, man. Congratulations. Well, anyway, I'm just kidding. Whether you hear about the sex or not.
I mean, I would have come here too.
Yeah.
That's a catchy title.
It is a catchy title. But look, guys, we're here Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. Eastern. It's not like we're here just today. But, man, if you are already enjoying this morning, having an awesome day, put it in the comments. We want to hear about it. Welcome to the Power Couple Show. Okay, what are those 3 things, baby?
The 3 things, man. Number 1, communications, right?
Communication.
Look, when I got started with my wife, terrible at communicating, right? I didn't understand I had to. Like, I realized that, man, I really suck at this thing. Like, I would just disappear, and I would just kind of walk away, and it would be the craziest thing in the world.
No, before we actually keep going into that, because I can tell stories for days, but before we actually keep going into that, I know a lot of you already knew the 3 things of why marriages, fall apart. But that's not what today's topic about. We're just kind of leading up to what we're going to say.
The number 1 reason.
Okay, it's the number 1 reason. So stay tuned. Right? But that communication thing is huge,
right? Finances. A lot of marriages, a lot of relationships break up because of finances. I mean, looking back at when I was younger, I would see my parents fight all the time over finances, right? Terrible fights. That was just, they would insult each other. I mean, it was just bad, right?
And especially like when you get laid off, you lose a job, and it just gets crazy. The husband or the wife can't find a job, but I need your help. Like, we got so many bills. What are you doing? You're lazy. It just becomes like this freaking battle. It's disgusting.
Exactly. And the 3rd thing is sex, right? Which we're going to be talking about. The number 1 reason why guys ain't having sex with their wives. Why do you think? If you're a woman, why do you think your husband may not be having sex with you? And if you're a woman, you're probably saying to yourself, like, how can I prevent that from ever happening?
And this can be flipped. It could be number 1 reason why women aren't having sex with their husbands. It can be flipped. It could. So I want you to just tell me what you think, and I think it's usually the same reason.
Do you think so? Do you really think so?
I think so. The same root of the reason.
No, it is.
Same root of the reason. Look, guys. I want to hear. I want to see. Put it in the comments if you think you got the answer to the number 1 reason. And if you do, we'll bring you on the show. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I'm excited though, man. The number 1 reason why guys aren't having sex with their wives. Well, let's think of the different reasons it can possibly be.
Let's talk about the excuses, right?
The
excuses people give you. I'm working too much. I'm tired.
The
kids. We don't have time. All of these are excuses.
I'm not feeling good right now.
These are all excuses, right?
Yeah.
So they're putting excuses for a reason, right? Because they obviously don't have sex with you.
Now,
so what's the root of the problem?
I don't want to get to the root just yet. That's just a question leaving you hanging. It's a cliffhanger, right? But real quick, right? The number 1, you're showing everyone your phone here.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. The number 1 reason, right, that people that aren't having sex with their spouses, okay? When they make all these excuses, right? And they put these things, I want you to know that sex is the one of the most intimate connections you can have with your spouse. It is, I don't believe it is the most intimate. It is the most intimate physically, but you have emotional intimacy, you have mental intimacy, really, you have there's so many levels of intimacy you can have with your spouse, but sex is one of them, okay? And it was a gift that God has given us to have specifically with our spouse. And when you're not using that, you're creating a space, like this bubble pops up in the middle between you and your spouse. It's like this void that's in the middle of your relationship. And now this isn't good. This isn't good because the moment space has been created between you and your partner, the first thing that happens is separation, division. Now, the bigger that void becomes, the bigger that space becomes, the harder it is to reconnect. And so intimacy, emotionally, physically, spiritually, is so huge in keeping the relationship moving forward. So I want you to understand that if you may think, oh, turning down my husband, once in a while isn't bad. Or turning down my wife once in a while isn't bad. No, it is. You're creating space.
Yeah, it's really bad.
You don't want to create space,
dude,
in that area.
Sex should be like when you're married, it should be just part of the norm. It should be part of the same way you need to take a deep breath, the same way you have to breathe, right? The same way you have to put food into your stomach is the same exact way you should treat it, right?
Absolutely.
Because if sex is one of the things why marriages fall apart, then it should just be understood that it needs to happen. It needs to happen, right? So, I mean, let's talk about it. Let's talk about the real problem. Let's talk about what we believe the root of the problem is. And
the root of the problem.
The root of the problem, right? Because at the end of the day,
I like keeping them. I like keeping the ambiguity in there.
Yeah, like what is it?
What is it?
What is the number one reason? Just tell me.
I ain't gonna say it yet. What's
the number one reason, right? The number. Look, let's just be honest, right? What do you know? Just think about this for a second. The number one reason why guys ain't having sex, or like you said, women ain't having sex with their wives, is because of lust, right? Lust. What's lust?
Lust, man, it's not love. I'll tell you that much. Lust is like a desire to have. It's not a need. It's not a need. A lot of people think it's a need. I gotta fulfill this need. No, it's a desire. But the desire can lie to you. Feelings lie to you. Okay, feelings lie to you, man. You have to understand how to read your feelings. And basically,
feelings do lie to you for real.
For sure.
For real.
Man, I'm depressed right now. You ain't depressed. It's a lie.
Yeah,
it's a lie. Talk that feeling out of it. It's just a lie. You don't always feel like that, right?
Exactly. So go ahead.
Lust.
Yeah, man.
Lust is it's just a strong.
Man, let's just say it.
Go ahead.
Pornography.
Pornography, bro.
I mean, guys, they've been jerking off for been jerking off to the computer screen, right? To your phone screen, right? And look, this is really, really big, man. I was actually reading on I think where was that? It was like on some article that they wrote about how a lot of men, I think it was like over 50% of Americans, right? Over men are actually, just they're watching pornography. They're addicted to pornography, right?
See, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy because, man, you use pornography over your spouse. Like, that's like...
And the thing is...
That's like one of the biggest spaces you're creating.
Yeah, and you know what? Look, listen, think about all the things that go into watching pornography. I mean, one, you have to exclude yourself. So it's kind of like you're running away, right? Mm-hmm. Two, right? You're kind of like... It's like it becomes like this little ritual that you do because once you do it once, right? It's like it becomes like a habitual thing.
Yeah,
you got to do it twice. Why?
This seems like
because lust is never fulfilled.
No, never.
You're never fulfilled. Right?
That's why you have to continuously do it.
You got, and that's the reason why people continuously do it, and it creates this bridge. It creates It creates this gap between the relationship between spouse that eventually you find yourself, doing all these weird things just to watch it. Like, I mean, talking about wasting time. Talking about making it like a duty, your responsibility, right? And you start putting, it can be, it's like a play, man.
It is. It's a play. I mean, just think about it, guys. Think about it. By you choosing that over your spouse, like seriously. I mean, one thing that you just said was that lust is never satisfied.
It's never satisfied.
It's never satisfied. You have to continue just to keep on feeding it. Now, is lust completely bad? You need lust to love to have your spouse. You need to lust them, right? So lust is an important role, but what happens is that people twist it, just like sex. Sex is so important, but people twist it thinking that it's okay to have sex with everyone.
Yeah.
Right? Love, or eating. Eating is good. You need it, but then people twist it thinking that you need to eat everything, right?
Yeah.
It's just like anything can become. It can either work for you or work against you. And a lot of people do not understand that every choice that they make can work for them or work against them. If you choose once to turn down your spouse,
you'll do it again.
It
becomes a lot easier.
It becomes easier.
It becomes so much easier. And this is because, I mean, how we operate as human beings and individuals is that we start building like this imaginary path. You know? And what happens is that the next time we go around, you can actually see the path.
Yeah.
And then as you walk through the path,
it becomes routine.
It gets deeper and deeper, and it becomes more sensible. So the next time you walk around, it becomes what you walk through.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like a perfect example would be like like I remember when I was in high school, right? In high school, actually, I'm not gonna lie, man. I used to watch pornography. Okay, very lustful.
What? No, I'm just kidding.
I'm not gonna lie, no. But when I was in 6th grade, I'll be honest, I was in 6th grade, right? And
come on, who's watched pornography? Raise your hand.
I was in 6th grade, and I don't think I was in 5th grade going to 6th grade, and there was this like black channel, right? They're like the parents, like, oh, do not watch channel 78. And I'm like, what's channel 78?
Yeah, I mean, the moment you say do not watch, like it already makes you want to watch it, you know?
Yeah,
we just want things we can't have a lot of
exactly.
times.
So, you know, it was like the Spice Channel or whatever back then, whatever it was called. And I remember my sister had gone away for, you know, she's gone away. Parents are upstairs sleeping. I'm downstairs. I'm like this kid, and I'm like, what is this about? What is this channel 78 about,
oh
right?
My gosh, it's so
and then all of a sudden, but what that happened, it led to so many years of just being lustful and watching it
man,
over
lustful,
and over and over.
I think lust was one of the biggest diseases out there in this world, man. I mean, it creates so much. You can't function. It's like until you have it. I mean, that's how you get freaking people who rape, right? Like you think about it. You get consumed by it. Consumes you. It's the same thing with like drug addictions, right? It's like lust is such a powerful plague. Like it takes over, and when it takes over, it doesn't take over soft. It takes over strong.
It does.
Anyone you think about, man, how could you rape someone? How could you molest a child? How could you do these things? It's lust, man. We all have it. The only thing is that some people know how to control it. Some people don't.
It's like this animal.
It's an animal. It's a
can't let it out.
Dude, it's such. Think about alcoholism. How is it that someone can become an alcoholic and another person can drink alcohol and never become the alcoholic? One person has more control of it over the other. You wonder why people rape or molest. That's the reason. That is the reason.
That's also the #1 reason why guys ain't having sex with their wives, right?
It's a powerful plague, man. It can rip things apart, yo.
It can, and you know what? It can rip apart your marriage, right?
It can.
It can rip apart your marriage because, I mean, like you mentioned, it just takes over. It consumes you.
So let me ask you something, baby. Now that we know what the #1 reason is, how the hell do you get rid of it?
Dude,
how do you solve this?
Very simple. I mean, if you're married, yo, look, stop what you're doing, okay? Just walk over.
But that's hard.
What you mean?
How do I just stop?
Dude, you just do it.
I've been doing it.
Dude, you just do it.
But how?
Just do it. You just make a decision.
It's a choice.
It's a choice, man.
It's a choice.
Look, listen.
That's why I can't stand when people give excuses.
We're not gonna put a game plan for you. Like, look,
Step 1.
Like, come on, just make a damn choice, okay?
Seriously.
Here's the best way to look at it, right? Right before you're gonna do it, just think about what you're about. Look, think about what that decision is gonna cause, right?
Here's a better way, right? Not to saying that your way isn't good.
Come on.
I'm sorry.
Way is the best.
Your way is the best, baby. That's why I married you.
By the way, I no longer watch pornography, right? I broke out of that.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Praise God, man. God is good. No, seriously, check this out real quick. Okay, check this out. The same way you made a choice to just watch pornography is the same way you should make a choice to just not watch it.
Exactly.
It's that simple.
Yo.
It's that simple. It's not a hard thing to do, guys. A lot of people think, but it's hard. Like I've been smoking for all of my 5 years, 10 years, whatever. No, guys, the same way you chose. Look. It's just as simple as you just making the choice to pick up the addiction, to pick up the lust, to pick up the alcohol, to pick up whatever it is. It's the same choice that you made, the same exact choice. You see how easy it was to just go, you know what, I'm gonna try it. You know what, I'm just gonna watch it. That simple choice, just make the same simple choice and say, you know what, I'm not gonna watch it. You know what, I'm not gonna smoke. It's that simple.
No, that's good. You know, also what it does, it breaks down your resistance, man. It breaks down your resistance. So pornography does not just look. This is really important because it's not just the #1 reason why your spouse ain't having sex with you, but it will also be the #1 reason why they cheat on you, right? Because what happens is,
that was good,
right? But what happens is that listen. It's a plague. It consumes you, right? But it opens you up. It breaks down your resistance, right? So what happens? What am I talking about, right? You see, we all have some type of resistance, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, every time we go out here, right? Everybody has some type of resistance. Whether, like the example I can give you for this one is, when you're watching pornography so often, what you're really doing is you're tantalizing with someone else besides your spouse. You're thinking about doing some nasty, doing the nasty with someone else, right? That's what you're doing. You're using your imagination to do that, right? And eventually, thoughts become things, right? Your thoughts will govern your actions,
right? That's right.
So what happens is that
we're about to get into some real power.
So what happens over time is that it breaks down your resistance, right? And all of a sudden, not only has this already caused you and your spouse to grow apart, right? Create a gap, but all of a sudden, right, you kind of start running away from your wife. Next thing you know, I'm going out with the boys. Next thing you know, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Next thing you know, you're caught alone by yourself. A woman walks right up to you. What happens then? What happens then?
Yeah.
There is no resistance. The resistance has been broken down.
You're vulnerable.
It has been shed to the slightest, right? And now you're just a pushover. One push and you go over the cliff. One push and you make a decision. You make a commitment that you're going to regret. And it all goes back to this. It goes back to watching the damn pornography, which is going to break down your resistance, because what happens is that after you do it a while, right, what happens then? You put into a situation, you say, well, I know how to respond to it, right? Because things become habitual, right? And when things become habitual, you respond to certain things. Like, we have natural responses. Like, if I were to go like this, right? You know, people would blink, right? She's a karate martial artist. But like, if I go like this, right? What do a lot of people do? They blink.
They flinch.
It's a natural response, right? Well, the same thing is when you're constantly watching pornography over and over and over and over. You're creating a natural response. You're creating a natural response. Things that trigger it, right? Things, trigger mechanisms.
You know, and the other thing is this, right? We always talk about being honest, open, and transparent with your spouse, you know, and another way to help you remove this is by
just
putting it into the light.
Dude, you just
put it into light, say, hey, babe, you know, this has been happening, this is what I've been doing, boom. And you put it into light, let them get upset for a little bit, whatever it is.
That is a lot better than getting caught watching it.
Yeah, a lot better than getting caught watching it. But then number two, now you have an accountability partner to help you remove it. And you actually might find out that they've been doing the same thing.
And then you're like, whoa.
You're like, whoa, so we both have this issue. And then it brings you closer.
It does bring you closer.
You have to remove the space, and the only way to remove it is to recognize it. Identify the space.
Throw it in the light. Throw it in the light.
Throw it in the light. Identify the space, and make a commitment that you're going to make the choices to never do it again.
Those kind of things will not last in the light. They'll just burn up. I mean, you throw it in the light, and you get closer. When you get closer, there's an ability you can mend it, right?
You can mend it, and then every time you feel like doing it, you can say, "Hey, yo, I'm feeling it again." You know what I'm saying? And you have this communication now, and you're able to work it out together. And hey, you're probably saying, "No, not with my spouse. They will rip my head apart." Look, I don't know your spouse, I don't know him, but what I'm telling you is to give it a shot, put it out in the open, because it's better to have him upset for a little while and then just mend it, than for you to hide it. And because now that it's hidden, it's a secret. Even if you make the decision to never do it again today, it is still a secret, and secrets create space. Because he or she doesn't know that you've been doing it, even if you stop, the moment you decide to go back to it again, if you decide, because they don't know about it, it's easier access. It's easier access. And so when you put it in the light, you're removing it completely. It is just done.
Yeah. So what can be a couple of advice that we can give to people that can kind of spark their sex life? You know, what can we share with the viewers who are listening here? Some, you know,
be spontaneous.
Be spontaneous, right?
You gotta say it with a sexy voice, baby.
Be spontaneous.
Be spontaneous.
Come on, be spontaneous.
Be spontaneous. Compliment other man. Compliment each other like crazy. You know?
Here's a good tip that you could do, right? I've never done this, but I should do it, okay? But I don't want to tell him, because if I do tell him,
he's never done this.
So maybe he should.
Never done this.
Right? But
why would you tell you advice?
I'm gonna tell you what
never done.
Okay, don't do it. I heard it. I heard it.
You heard it.
Yeah, no, but this guy who you know, because after a while you're married, you can't keep doing the same thing over and over and over, because that's how things become.
Because that's how people decide, no, this is boring. You know what? Let me check out.
Yeah, exactly. That's also can lead into that. But one of the things that I learned is keeping a journal, right? Where every day you write something that you love about your spouse, right?
Ooh, that's good.
And here it can turn into two things, right? Number one, it's gonna help you focus on the things that you love about her versus the things that's wrong with her. Or the things
what's tomorrow's topic? Isn't that tomorrow's topic?
Yeah, I don't even know I got it there in a second. I'm gonna share with everyone, right?
Cool.
But you write it down, and what happens is that after a while, you know, you once you fill up the whole book, you give this book to your wife as a present.
This is good.
That's good, right? That's good. I gotta do it.
You gotta do that, man. I would enjoy that.
Yeah. I'm gonna do it.
Look, guys, we're here Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. Eastern. Why would you do it, baby? You said
man, I would do it, right? Because it's multi-purpose. I mean, it's helping you understand what to focus on. Because so often we're programmed to immediately.
Don't talk about that too much, man.
We're programmed to immediately think about the negative.
That's
right?
tomorrow's. I think it's tomorrow.
And we're programmed to think about the negative.
Yeah.
So we start creating this list of all the things that's wrong with our spouse that we hate. Man, they don't know how to cook. They take forever. Man, they're annoying. Man, they fart. You know, like that, right? I'm not saying that she does, even though we all do. But you know, when you do that, it serves a good purpose, because you just focus on. You start creating a bigger list, and you start creating a bigger list of what you love about them versus what they don't have or what you don't like.
Absolutely.
Which eventually outweighs the little imperfections.
Which we're gonna talk about on tomorrow's show because I don't want he's giving all the good golden nuggets.
I'm not. But look, no.
But look, guys.
Cool, right?
Yeah, the Power Couple Show. We're here Monday through Friday. Tomorrow is the last day of the week until we reunite on Monday next week. So we'll have 2 days off, guys. We're pumped up. We're excited. We love being here with you guys every single morning, Monday through Friday. We hope you've been enjoying it. Let us know because then it lets us know to keep on going. The Power Couple Show. Tomorrow's topic is going to be, I think, about what he was talking about.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about magnifying your partner's strength.
Right? Magnifying your partner's strengths.
Like, you know, like I remember when I was a kid, or I used to watch movies. Like these little kids used to come out with these magnifying glasses, right? And then they would use a sun, and they would burn these ants. Right?
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. I mean, how can you use a magnifying glass? Not to burn your spouse, right, with the negative things,
but to target.
But to target them, to build them up, right?
Yeah.
Just engulf. Just show them that they are bigger. You know?
Absolutely, guys. Man, I'm pumped up. We love you guys so much. Welcome from all of our audience, guys. This is the Power Couple. It's your hand. The Power Couple.
Oh, I was upset.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
What's wrong with this thing? Take care, guys. Where are you guys going again? You guys look good.
I'm just quitting it. The whole $5.
What?
I just quit all of Firefox.
What about the Google Hangouts?